Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. And before we get into the video, guys, I have finally started streaming on Twitch for the first time in like 15 years. I have internet capable of streaming. If you're interested in that at all, twitch.tv/Dragonmar, drop a follow, and I hope to see you guys there. With that being said, let's get into the video. Today's video is going to be the 5 reasons that have made me stop playing Overwatch. And I know it's kind of weird to make a video on this, but I mean, really the only videos I've uploaded for the past year or two is just Overwatch. So whenever I'm not making videos, it's not because I'm not playing games, it's because I'm not playing Overwatch. So I kind of want to just explain this time sort of what's made me stop. And I don't know, I'm looking for maybe some people who might agree with me and might be like, yeah, dude, same here. You know, I still love the game, and that is true. I still love Overwatch, but I just haven't been playing. And that leads me to my first point. One of the main things that has always bothered me, and now more than ever, is the reliance on your team. The inability to single-handedly carry games, and just total and complete reliance on all 5 other people on your team. It's something that I really haven't experienced in games before. It's something that definitely makes Overwatch unique. I hear pro players talk about it all the time, streamers, etc., always saying how, you know, this is one of the few games where you need everyone to pretty much be performing at the higher levels, or you're just going to lose. And that's really started to chip away at me as I find myself trying to win every game. But unfortunately, you have your teammates who don't share that same value and aren't trying to win every game. And I think that's one of the things that really is starting to push me over the edge. And the second thing that has sort of this is something I think a lot of people are struggling with as well right now, and it's sort of the ability clutter, the spam, and the shields, right? So unfortunately, the current meta excuse me, the current meta really relies on Orisa and Sigma, and both of these heroes have extremely good shields, and they also have shields that can kind of be spammed, shields that have low cooldowns or can be quickly placed and replaced in Sigma's case. It makes a lot of the game very boring for certain classes. And as a tank main, to sit there and just kind of, I don't know, almost like go AFK as my team just slowly chips away the shield, it's not really my idea of fun. And when I think about it, like, that's not something that I want to force myself to do. You know, I think back to goats, and then before that to dive, when I play like Winston and Diva, and I think about sort of how much fun I had being aggressive and actually being able to take fights on my own and sort of go in and do my thing, but also work with my team. I just don't see that anymore in the tanks. I just don't see me having that ability anymore in the games I play. And that's really turned me off from playing the game itself. The third thing is the hero design. I understand I am not a game developer. I'm not a character designer, but I have lots of ideas. And some of these heroes to me that have entered the game and just been in the game haven't really made the game more fun for me. I have a big problem with heroes that have high skill floors, which means that the worst player playing that hero can still do pretty damn good. A good example is Moira. As long as they're not only dealing damage, Moira is actually pretty easy to understand and can be really useful. She's also one of the heroes in the games that has a lot of ability clutter with her abilities. But just in general, things like Moira, Junkrat, and Bastion, they're not very fun to play around. And unfortunately, with the current meta, with all these shields, you want to shoot through the shield with Moira, or you want to break it down with like a Junkrat or a Bastion. And as a tank player, it's just not very fun to play against those. And then on top of that, you have the next reason, number 4, which is the stagnant metas. Obviously, this is referring to the current like accepted sort of setup of your team. 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 supports. Right now, you know, you're looking at the Orisa Sigma tank combo, and those are my options in my games, which is fine. I love both the heroes. I really do. A lot of people don't like Orisa, but I really enjoy playing her. I have for many seasons, but in this current style, no, it's just not fun. I'm, looking back at other metas that people hated, particularly goats. At least in goats, like, I had plenty of options for tanks. And just to be clear here, Reinhardt is way more fun to play than Orisa. He's just, much less viable right now. And one of the big problems with metas is that once you reach that GM level, or even Masters, people expect you to sort of play these heroes. And so for me to try to have fun would be me essentially I would be throwing the game pretty much if I was playing a certain hero that just didn't work. For example, I was just playing on Horizon Lunar Colony on attack. There is no way I could have played any other tank that I wanted to play aside from Orisa there with our Sigma. We would have gotten blown up before we even got close to the point by the Bastion. And it's just one of those situations where, you have to play the meta. And finally, this is a reason that sort of is core to the way I play games. I'm a very aggressive player. I rely a lot on my own skill and my own abilities to sort of outplay my opponents. I rely on myself to be better than other people. I don't like relying on my team despite playing tank, which is kind of weird, I know. But I really, really love using my own skill to beat people, which is why I was so successful back in Season 1. When I played Soldier, McCree, and Widow, I would just out-aim people. And it was that easy to get top 500 back then. But unfortunately nowadays, a lot of these high-skill heroes aren't meta. You don't really see them anymore. And a lot of the tank heroes you see nowadays, despite having really high skill ceilings, as in your, if you're good, you can be really good. But unfortunately, I don't get a lot of opportunity to play them that way. I sort of have to fall into this shield tank role, which just isn't quite as fun as being an aggressive Reinhardt, or playing an aggressive Zarya even. It's just not my style of play anymore, which is why I find myself playing a lot of battle royales, because I love being able to get aggressive, push people, and beat people with my own skill. And I don't have to rely on my off tank to help me, or I don't have to rely that my DPS are actually doing something. You know what I mean? It's just one of those weird situations right now where I don't feel like there's a lot of skill involved in the current meta, with the current selection of heroes that people are using. And that to me makes the game even less fun as a tank player. And it's unfortunately, it's gotten me to this point right now where I'm struggling to even log into the game. And then once I get a few games in, I'm done. So yeah, I mean, like, I guess that's all I really wanted to say. I'm sort of wondering if anyone else is feeling this way. These are obviously my 5 reasons. Maybe if someone has their own, you guys would list, what's kind of bothering you, or maybe you can tell me what you like. I'd love to hear what people are enjoying as well. Because right now it's just been really hard for me to play the game, and I just find myself constantly looking for other games to play. But with that being said, guys, I will be back to making videos now. Obviously expect some different content on the channel, but of course I'll still be making some Overwatch videos when I can. I love making guides for Overwatch. It's just fun for me. So more of those to come. And yeah, I hope to catch you guys on the stream. Make sure if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Take it easy and peace.